Supported marriage equality in 2003, got elected the most conservative district in San Diego. That's awesome. So thank you guys very much. So I know you guys all know why we are here, but for those that are listening, to those that are questioning if they should support LGBT rights, we are gathered right now. There are 180 events going on across the United States in all 50 states. Not especially just today, for the next 2 or 3 days. The Light the Way to Justice movement. And some of you might have been doing equality for a long. I've been doing it for maybe 2 years. There are people that have been doing this 5, 10, 15, 20, 50 years. There have been people that have been laying down their lives. There are people whose partners have died. We stand here on the shoulders of great civil rights leaders that led up to this point. We're here because of their work. Now the Supreme Court finally will rule on Proposition 8 in the Defense of Marriage Act. We're here because of people like Liz Stanton and Seneca stood up and said that she believed that women should have the right to vote too, and that women should have equal pay, and women should have access to jobs just like men. We're here because of Dr. Martin Luther King, who in the bloody protests of Selma stood up, and Dr. Martin Luther King's organizer was an openly gay African American. And we're here because drag queens and transgender people, who are still barred from military service, by the way, were the spark of Stonewall. Woo! And they were the ones, along with gays and lesbians, but especially drag queen and transgender people, they were the ones that sparked this movement. We're here because activists said, if we could take down Don't Ask, Don't Tell, we could end this quickly. And there's a man in Washington, D.C. who's going to be put on trial. His name is Dan Choi, and he's going to be put on trial this Thursday for protesting Don't Ask, Don't Tell, even though it was repealed. And so, we stand here mostly because there was a man named Harvey Milk, when it was not, because it's kind of cool to be gay now, when there was no LGBT media, per se, when gays were looked at as pedophiles, when it was dangerous to come out, when you had to walk home in pairs and be terrified, and in some parts of the United States you still have to do that. But because a man said, when he knew his life was being threatened for what he was standing up, he said, you know what? If a bullet shall enter my brain, let it shatter every closet door. And we're here mostly because we now have a seated president that has endorsed marriage equality and said that our job is not done until everybody has the same rights as everybody else. So like it was said at his inauguration, America, we are here. We are at this moment. And I'd like to invite up right now a woman who works for the American Military Partner Association. And right now, currently, she's to be engaged and married to her spouse this fall. But due to the Defense of Marriage Act, she's barred from over 1,000 benefits. And if people think that that's okay and that that's not inequality, that's not injustice, I want to know what you're smoking. But she's done a lot of work. If you guys know recently, you know how the White House and the Pentagon extended benefits, some benefits that they could for same-sex couples. This girl right here in the American Military Partner Association got that done. So everybody please welcome Dr. Lori Hensick.
Yeah!
And her partner Shane.